Hello.
Hi.
Oh, wow. Do you know that I think it's been...
Like 2 months? December 17th?
Yeah. This is the thing. We have not recorded since December. We took a little
Vacay.
break. Yeah.
Well, we went on vacation and then we came back and we got like thrown back into the mix of work. And it's been crazy. And
it's been crazy.
We just kind of started to figure out like where we can like fit in time to create this.
Yes.
So.
And I think that we are pivoting a little bit. We won't get too much into it, but I'm just saying in regards to like where we're going.
Yeah.
Listen, we started this as a hobby. We started this as a hobby and we did it to like connect with each other, and we did it to show representation.
It wasn't until really social media came about that I saw like healthy
quote unquote
healthy, happy queer couples and like family units and units that didn't look like what we're conditioned to think is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know? So I think it's been a really cool experience to be able to connect with people who have the same type of experiences as us and to be able to, I don't know, be a positive area in the community for people to connect and reach out. And yeah, it's a cool spot to be in.
Also, you said quote unquote healthy couples, which is true. And I want to touch on that really quick. There's a lot of pressure on social media, and people post it's a highlight reel. Everybody knows this. But the thing is like, yes, you post the best parts of your life, but I love that sometimes I'm seeing the worst parts of people's life, which sounds morbid, but I'm saying
it's relatability.
Yes. Yeah. And like people are finally kind of like entering maybe the vlogging stage of being like, I'm just gonna be real here. Like people get on there and cry, and some people are like, that's cringe. But I love that people are showing all different aspects of their life.
You love emotions and shit like that. You love when people are vulnerable. For me, I'm not gonna necessarily get on camera and cry. Well, obviously the traders, that was a different situation. But
right. I just like that people are being a bit more real. But also don't let social media fool you, okay? Because people do post the best parts of them. People post mostly when they're looking good and not when they're... I have a lot of... actually, probably 95% of my life is Adam Sandler vibes. No, seriously.
No, I appreciate the fact that, like, you'll just get on there and record and certain things like that. Like, I do too. I mean, literally my phone is down here and you're like, you can't record from that angle. And I'm like...
No, but you can. Most people can't because there's more than one chin happening. Like me, if I were to go down here, that is not a good look for me. And I know that about myself. Oh. But you only have one chin. God bless you. No, seriously. It's unbelievable. There's not a lot of people like you.
Well... Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But also, like,
jaw.
Who cares how many fucking chins you have? If you want to record at this angle, like, I think I just didn't know that recording at this angle was bad, which is probably the issue in itself.
Yeah. I had to give you a little lesson. Little higher.
But I'm just like, that was natural for me to just be like, yo, and like talk this way. I think, too, my social media is all over the place. Like,
we're still trying to narrow it down.
But I like that we're starting to go into, like, I'm not necessarily like so aesthetic type of Instagram. Like, people do want to see the realness. They want to be like, don't throw a filter over that, or like just like you know, you don't have to be fully faced in makeup or like fully put together and all this stuff. Like,
I
can
jumped
appreciate
on
that
stories the other day for like the first time in God knows how long, just to talk my face off, because sometimes I love to do that. And I got on there and I was like, it's so crazy that the one time I choose to come on here, I rolled out of bed, head crazy, nothing on my face.
I love it.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just showing up.
Yeah,
that's whatever.
No, and you look really beautiful today.
Thank you. I actually tried. Well, so we should actually do an intro before we get too far. This is what happens. We just chit chat.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to the Queer Social. My name is Jess and my pronouns are she, her.
I'm Andie, my pronouns are they, them.
And we're happy you guys are here today. We're happy to be here today.
Thank you for like hanging on too, because I know, like you said, we haven't been putting out a lot of stuff, but we have a lot going on in our life, and we're trying to figure out the best way to navigate everything we got going on. Like, I think parts of us wish that like we could dedicate way more to this because we're happy doing this, but we got to pay our bills.
Right. Yeah, this doesn't pay the bills, guys. But this fills the cup.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah.
This doesn't pay our bills, but it fills the cup. So anyone who's like, I'm not going to go on your podcast because you don't have enough listening hours.
Ooh, don't get me started. While we're on that topic. Ew. So I had done a little bit of reach out. I got some feedback from the listeners. You guys like a guest.
Yeah.
You like a guest. So we might incorporate a little bit more of that. And in doing so, I reached out to someone. No names, just someone. And the response I got was like, well, what is your listening hours? And that just felt icky to me. And I'll tell you why. Because everyone starts somewhere. And I feel like I'm the person who's like always rooting for the underdog. I get that that's not everyone.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call myself an underdog. But I'm saying in relation to like, it shouldn't matter. The follower count shouldn't matter. How many listeners shouldn't matter. It's just if you watch or listen to an episode of this and you're like, I vibe with this, I like it, and that's something you want to be a part of, then great.
Exactly. If you want to join the conversation. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, I love it.
Yeah, that threw me off as well. Yeah, if you want to join the conversation, if you want to like talk about things that, you know, our community's talking about, if you want to, you know, put things out there that are relatable to certain people, then like that should be what matters. It shouldn't be like, it's always, it makes me so icky. It's always a popularity contest. It's always a fucking, what can you do for me? And it's just like,
it felt icky. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Moving on from that. If you want to be a guest on the show, let's talk about it. But I'm not fucking sending my listening stats to anyone else, because after doing that, I was like, why do I have to prove myself for you to talk to me? That's sorry.
Do you remember when we first started dating? I had I had a chip on my shoulder growing up. You know, like I always felt like I had a chip on my shoulder.
You didn't have to prove yourself to
nobody. Yeah. That was like my fucking mantra.
No, not even my parents, which was should have been a little bit of a red flag. I was like, you're gonna meet my parents today. This is what's gonna happen. This is how they are. And you were just like too cool. Like it was just you were too cool. And also you were also like, I don't care. Like I'm just gonna be myself and go in and it is what it is.
It's not that I didn't care. It's that I wasn't going to give somebody else the power to define my worthiness.
And I get that. But also, maybe I'm traditional in this way of being like, you're going to meet my parents. And it's a big deal because I love my parents and I want things to go well. I want them to love you because I love you and all the things. And then I felt like you were just like, fuck it. And I was like, that's not the attitude today. Like, that's not the attitude.
Okay, but like you get it now, right?
Well, yeah, I've been with you 10 years. I know how you are.
Yeah. But I mean, like for me, it was never that I was going to be disrespectful to your parents.
No, I know.
I that's not me at all. But for me, it's like they're either going to like me or they're not. I'm not going to go out of my way to prove myself to anybody. The only person I need to prove something to is myself.
Yeah, I get that. But also, like I said, in the moments, I'm like, no, you got to prove something to me too. Like, you got to prove that you care about this.
And I met them, and I was respectful to them, and that's how I showed up for you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're missing the point a little, but we'll just skip along.
No, the point is don't be an icky person just because you think your blue check and the amount of followers you have puts you in this category of, like, untouchableness.
Yeah, I think it should be
We're all fucking humans.
Yeah. It should just be very much like we said, like, if you like the vibes here, take a seat.
Take a seat.
And if you don't, see you later.
Skip along.
Yeah, exactly. But that, and I think that's a big reason why we left LA. Like, this would maybe be something a little different if we were in LA still. But I kind of love that we're in you know what? Shout out Reno, Nevada. Okay. We talk a lot of shit sometimes, but honestly,
no, Reno. everyone shits on Reno. Reno is a hidden gem.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably a lot of Reno people are like, stop, keep it down. Like,
don't tell people.
Don't tell people that this place is actually legit.
Yeah.
Because it is. We're very, very happy here. We're out of the... It's very much keeping up with the Joneses when you're in LA. It's very much like the rat race, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not shitting on LA. I love LA. I love the diversity, love the food.
Yeah.
Love the opportunities that come there, right? Mm-hmm. But since we've moved, our environmental happiness of like our space is just so much happier than what we were.
Yeah, it's nice to come out of that. I think there's so much pressure on like how you look, who follows you, mm-hmm. what is your follower count, like all of those things we touched on is like so LA. And like we have a lot of friends who are in the content creation world, mm-hmm. and then they go to these events and the first thing is like, what's your Instagram handle? People are looking, mm-hmm. who follows you, like all of those things.
And we talk to those people too, and they're like, it just always feels so disingenuous, mm-hmm. and like it feels like people are only talking to you because they want to see what benefit they can bring you.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, the thing I ain't got time for that.
I get networking. For sure. Like networking on behalf of a business. Like, do we want the podcast to grow? Yes, mm-hmm. absolutely. Is that all we care about? No. But is there a line that we walk that's like, you have to do some things or show up in some things, mm-hmm. or look at following or do all those things for networking purposes? Yes. But should it take over and be the whole narrative? No.
And it shouldn't be what you lead with is what I'm saying. Like,
oh God. People who lead with that shit is like, oh honey, you got some work to do. Because this is what matters, like the human connection of it all. And then you go to these things and it's like, actually people don't really care about who you are.
I want to have genuine connections with people. I want to have real connections with people, but I think that the bullshit small talk fucks me up.
No, Andie doesn't do small talk.
I don't. And I think it's because
actually
it's so
really hard for you.
It is. Like I can't, I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I can't do it. My brain does not function in the way of sitting down and conversing in that regard. It's very difficult. It's very auto-scripted in my head of being like, okay, ask this person this, and this, you know, rather than it just being like, so like, what are you into? Like, let's talk about some shit that actually like matters and not this surface level bullshit of like what we think each other wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's really difficult to like navigate even like situations with like, you know, reaching out and trying to network and trying to connect, because it's like, I'm not clout chasing. Yeah. I'm not coming after you because I want your clout, yo. Like, I'm talking to you. I want to have a conversation because of the things that you've talked about, or the things that you've, you know, gone through in your life. I want to see how our experiences can be similar, and I want to see how that can relate to other people, to help other people. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I know I just went on a tangent.
No, it's okay. It's all good stuff. I usually do most of the small talk because I think I'm good at it. I don't enjoy it. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't enjoy it, but I am fine at it. So like I usually take that part for us, but I really thrive off of like human connection. I was just writing an article about myself. And while I was doing that, I like learned a lot about myself through writing about myself, which is a very hard thing to do, by the way.
It is.
If you've ever had to write something about yourself, like
a bio or something?
Yes. Like you battle with like, what should I say? And how is this not narcissistic? And like, what do I give myself permission to say about myself?
That's interesting.
Like, it's such a weird concept.
But you also got to give yourself flowers. Like, no, I know. Nobody else is going to do that for you in the world. I mean, some people might, but like, you got to be the one that gives yourself credit to be like, look how much you've accomplished. Yeah. In your life so far.
Yeah. And I did that.
You got to be your own hype man.
I did. I was writing my shit and I was like, oh yeah. Like I think a big part of myself is I get very, I thrive off of human connection. I thrive off of telling people stories. I thrive off of, just being around genuinity. Yeah. Is that how you say genuinity? It sounded right.
We'll just go with it.
Okay. That to me, like, that fills me up rather than being around people where I am like, this isn't going to go anywhere and I'm kind of uncomfy just chatting, like just talking.
Trying to continue the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It is seriously the worst. And somebody asked us, I put a question box up and someone was like, oh, can you talk about the platonic tingle of it all? And we did in a previous episode. So go back and listen. There's something very real about giving people your energy who you want to give your energy to. Sure. And then you're like, oh man, that you leave feeling like, whew, that was good.
And then there's other people where you're like, I don't want to give you 1 ounce of my energy.
Yeah. 1, I'm drained. 2, that fucking sucked. That was terrible. And so, yeah, there's something really nice about deep connection.
There is.
Yeah.
And especially when you're able to talk about something that is like, I don't know, just meaningful to yourself. Or like, even if you connect with somebody on something that is, you might not have thought that person was interested in, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
In recent news in the community, we have seen a lot of people saying there's a mask shortage.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing. There's a mask shortage of single masculine lesbians.
They're all booed up.
Yeah, they're few and far in between, and people just snatch them right up when they're like, you lock eyes on one and you dig your claws. You are mine. Period.
Is that what happened?
With you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was like, you're not getting away from me this time.
Yeah, I didn't try too hard.
Yeah. You weren't running the opposite direction.
No.
We'll just put it that way.
Well, I think a lot of people, too, automatically, when they see a masculine lesbian, they think that lesbian is a man. Like, the role, the fucking attitude, what they do, how they act, all these things. I can tell you right now.
Yeah.
That is not it.
No, it's not. There's some traditional like roles, if you will, that someone would assume that is nail on the head. Correct.
Yeah, like I typically do take out the trash. But that's just because I don't
100% of the time, actually. Yeah. So you do.
100%. But I also clean like everything. Laundry. Like,
you do the laundry.
I do it all.
Let me tell you something about laundry, okay? I fucking hate laundry. Do you want to know why?
Why?
It's not that I can't wash the clothes or anything. My arms get so tired when I'm folding. It takes me back to like PE in elementary school when they have you do arm circles. Big, small, forward, backwards. And I will tell you right now, that was worst case scenario for me. Like I didn't want to put them down because nobody else was putting them down. So I was like, I can fucking do this too. Burning like a motherfucker. And to me, that is the equivalent of
laundry. Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that about you. Why did
literally hate laundry?
Well, I know you hate laundry because I always do it. There are literally, even in the times when I'm feeling, which isn't often, when I'm like, I'm just not doing it. And there's like a pile. I'm like, oh, maybe Jess will. The only time.
Maybe. I can guarantee you it's not happening.
The only time you will do it is if you literally have no underwear or if you have no pants. You go and wash like 2 or 3 things. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, when there's a whole load that has to be done. And I just grab the 2 things I need. It's so selfish, quite honestly.
Actually kind of is selfish.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah. It's not my proudest moment. But I fucking hate laundry. There is nothing worse for me.
Yeah.
So it's
anyway, back to the mask situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
It's like when people automatically assume that the mask is going to open the door too, or just like be the one that kills the spiders. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I'm a brave girl when it comes to spiders.
You are.
Yeah.
I like to save them and put them outside.
Mm-hmm.
You like to kill them in their tracks.
Yeah, because they shouldn't be there.
Yeah, but also, like, let's look at the fact that, like, spiders are helpful to the habitat and the environment.
Well, there's a lot to think about when it comes to, like, the insect, and you can go down however many roads you want to. For me, it's like, spider, die, period. Like, there's no other steps happening.
Okay, all right.
But
come on with your bad self.
I'm honestly going to say, like, in our relationship, there is a lot that is stereotypical. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like what you do versus what I do.
But it's not because I feel like I need to do that because I am the fucking man of the relationship. Like that's not the vibe that I get. I do it because I like to do those things for you. That's how I show you my love and my appreciation is making sure you have clean underwear folded nicely in your drawer.
Acts of service, baby. I'm here for it. Clean chonies and I'm ready to go.
Clean chonies, clean floors.
That's it. It does it for me, so that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm very appreciative.
But don't get it twisted. Like I said, I typically am the little spoon.
Always the little spoon, actually. I am the big spoon. I do the cuddling here. I take care of you.
Yeah,
your soft, precious little heart and emotions.
Soft, precious.
I'm a softie. I am a softie, but I'm a tough softie. Does that make sense?
Wait.
What? Do you need to remind?
Yes.
Okay.
Soft, precious little heart.
I think it's a compliment. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, you know how I think I want to look at my heart is kind of like one of those chocolate boxes that you get to crack open, but the chocolate's still bomb. You know, it's still a hard exterior. But then if you hit it just the right spot, it cracks open and there's all this good shit inside.
Right. And
that's just for you, baby.
But I get that. Yeah. But I'm speaking because I am your partner of 10 years and I've cracked open. It's open.
Yeah. I will say for my partner, I have a soft, precious little heart.
Dainty little precious fragile heart.
Oh, dainty fragile.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I am what you would consider a I'm trying to find I'm a tough sensitive girl. And I know those two really don't sit well together.
No, but it is kind of a mindfuck because Jess leads with love. I know that sounds really cheesy, but most things in your life you lead with love and kindness. But if I fucking cross that line, I am met with the iciest storm, blizzard, fuck me up. I am scared for my life.
One time, a long time ago, you guys, because I don't condone breakup culture. Like, you know, when you're dating somebody and then you guys just break up like 20 times, it's like, just don't be together then. Like, what is this? Is this are you joking?
Games.
Is this
games, baby?
Yeah. And to me, I don't play those games. But
you did.
No, it was not. It was actually very valid for what you did.
What did I do?
This was when you were texting the girl and
my coworker. I was texting my coworker.
But we don't need to get into this.
We don't need
you were
to get
texting
into it.
Somebody that I put the caboose caboodle on, and
you can't caboose caboodle a
Yes, I can. When she's crossing boundaries, then yeah, I can.
Yeah, I get that. And it wasn't like
I don't want to get into this. I really don't. This is not. We can spiral down this for
no. I mean,
long.
like I think a lot of people who have what some people would call work wife, work husband, it fucks. Like don't do it.
Just period.
Don't do it.
Don't have that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Especially just keep them at arm's length. Okay. Respect your partner and just don't fall for it. Okay.
Don't fall for it.
To me, trouble. Period. There's no like.
Here's the thing though, what fucked me up with it is because I wasn't attracted to her. I didn't think she was attracted to me.
Well, she was. That's the problem. Anyways, what had happened was Andie was texting somebody that they should not have been texting. It wasn't cheating.
Great. Glad we cleared that up.
No, it definitely wasn't cheating. But it was somebody that I wasn't comfortable with you. And then you're like, okay, yeah, I don't text them. And then whoop, right there on the counter comes her name, and I was like, whoa, you're texting, check the phone, no, deleted message history. When I saw that, we had a big blowout fight, and I can be cold. I've worked on it over the past 10 years, almost 11 years. Wow, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I've come a very long way because in the beginning, I could turn off emotions like that.
Light switch. You would think this bitch is a vampire. Like, Edward Cullen.
Ice cold.
Like,
ice cold, baby. I don't fuck around. And when I saw that, and also I've always known like I'm a girl who knows what I deserve. And so in that moment I was like, not happening for me. So we were renting a house together. I kicked you out of the house and I took your house key.
Yeah, dude.
And that was pretty cold, if you ask me.
Cold-hearted.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Andie was standing there
here,
like crying on the stoop, and I was just shut the door, lock the door. I did it because I was like, this is not what I need in a relationship. I need somebody that I can trust. If I can't trust you, goodbye. Ugh. Like it was just like
that just made me so mad because it was like everything I fucking do makes you think that it just like you couldn't trust me because of 1 millisecond of something.
Look where we are right now.
I know. We're cool. We're chill.
Married, a baby, living a life together, happy
Like,
most of the time.
You brought it up. Happy most of the time.
That
is some real shit.
Yeah. You can't tell me. You cannot sit here and tell me. I was talking about this today with my cousin, and we were saying if you have a relationship where like it's not work and it's not hard and it's whatever, either you haven't been together long enough or you don't talk about hard shit.
Yeah, you don't.
You must be passive as fuck and pretend like everything's fine.
Sweep
and that's
under the
why
rug. Or you're a fixer. You just try to just be like, oh, it's fine. We're good. We're good.
Fine.
Yeah. It's like, nah.
Relationships are literally so much work, and you change from when you meet somebody to however many years go by. Like, we are not the same people we were when I was 19 and you were 21.
No.
Not the same people.
No. I mean, life experiences alone sculpted us into different people as well. Like, going through certain things, grieving, loss, a lot of things.
A lot of hard shit.
Where it's not, when you're not mentally mature either. Like, I was not a mentally mature. I wouldn't even say I'm fully there yet.
I probably wouldn't say that either.
This is a roast session of me today.
You just said I'm not emotionally mature, and I agreed. So where were you going
that?
With
like, sometimes I can lead with my pettiness, and my responses can be very reactive, and I'm trying to learn to not react in a situation. I'm trying to rather process it and actually, you know what? Yeah, this is really difficult. This is one thing that I'm really having a hard time with, is feeling my emotions as they're presently happening. Because
usually you're saying it takes you more time to sit and analyze what just happened.
For sure, because I think for me, my response is more, I think being neurodivergent too, like, I typically am a defensive response mechanism, you know? And for me, I'm like, I don't want my first thing to be my reaction.
Yeah.
So I typically lead with, like, whether I'm angry or I'm sad, I'll just start crying, or like, I don't want my emotions to lead with it right away. I want to be able to feel and understand my emotions as it's happening.
It is hard. It is really hard
like to understand, like, oh, you're feeling this way because of that situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, whereas like other times I feel like I just push that shit away. I'm like, no, I don't know what happened, this, and then I try to like analyze it later. But I'm trying to really be conscious about feeling my feelings as they're happening.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult.
It is really hard. And I think too, you're such like a logical, or what do I want to say?
Analytical.
Yeah, analytical. And also, what does it mean when you
a literal?
Yes, you're a very literal person.
Everything that I have a really hard time with sarcasm. I have a really hard time with reading between the lines, or facetiousness, or like,
honestly, I think this is why for a long time you didn't think I was funny. No, really.
I think
because you didn't get my humor.
I didn't.
Because everyone around me is like, you're hilarious, and I'm like, I know. And then you didn't even think I was funny.
Well, just to find out.
It humbled me big time, I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Now you think I'm funny, so everything's fine.
Yeah, I do think you're funny. It took me a long time, but I think it's just I had to learn what your funny was.
And I also had to explain to you, like, when I joke about things, that it's not. Like, even if I'm saying something, sometimes that's not actually it, or I'm dramatizing it. Like, I had to break down my jokes, and I've never had to do that for people, but I love you so much. So I was like, I think I have to break down my jokes for you first, for you to know, like, when I do joke about something that is like towards our relationship, that it's not actually,
it's not like a dig.
It's not a dig. Yeah. It's just,
and I think that was really hard for me. I'm still. Like, my first thought, no matter what, is what you're telling me is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Period. I'm not reading between lines. It is what it is. I'm taking it black or white.
And I'll be straight up with you, be like, you told me this, but I can't read you.
Yeah.
I don't know what, even though you told me this, I don't know what you really mean by this.
Yes. Yeah.
And that,
but let me tell you,
messes me up.
There is a gray area.
I know there is, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
just keep it real.
Yeah, you can't see the gray area. You don't like to live in the gray area. It's
I
very black or white with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me to be able to understand, and I think that's why also I don't have. This is why I'm introverted. is because I think that I don't know, I just have a hard time with understanding people.
That's okay.
Well,
it's okay. It doesn't come easy for a lot of people.
No.
But
I am grateful for you because you take your time to understand me and not just brush it aside of being like, oh, you're being a dick or you're being this or that, or like you just don't get it. And it's like,
well, sometimes that's my initial response.
Oh, for sure.
But then I have to be like, oh yeah, I don't think they get it. Yeah. Or like, I think I need to take them aside and explain what's happening right here. Like, and not in a babying you way, just in a way that like we could be on the same level. Because like if I'm understanding it the way it's happening and you're not, like I want you to be able to understand it the way it's being delivered.
And I think that's why I get defensive sometimes, because I'm like, I feel dumb or I feel less than in a situation to where I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to say to me, or what they're trying to do or try to say to me. I need you to explain it to me to where I understand it. Don't just say it to me 3 different times the same way. I need to understand what you're saying to me, actually.
Yeah.
So you take your time with me, and I'm great. But that was a really hard learning curve.
Well,
because I didn't open up about that shit either. Like, this is just proof of like your relationship is always continuously evolving.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've been with you for 11 years, and you're just now starting to see certain sides of me because I've been not hiding on purpose, but being a certain way because I thought that that's the way that I'm supposed to be.
Yes. So that's what I was saying is like the beginning of our relationship looks very different to where we are now because I'm learning a new version of you, which I think that happens in marriage, and I'm happy to ride whatever waves come our way. But it is something that's very new to us, and we're just trying to figure out like how to navigate it, especially being parents and stuff, being on the same, like being able to communicate on a level that feels right for both of us since we communicate so differently.
Yeah.
So
that's been really hard because it's like we're relearning each other. And like I'm actually trying to, instead of being ashamed of like how I don't understand things or like how I'm trying to communicate with you, I'm just trying to tell you like, hey, I didn't really get that.
Right. Yeah, it is a safe space. As a partner, I try to make a safe space for you to be able to come and tell me that and not feel shame about it. Because sometimes in my mind, I'm like, are you here with me? Are you getting this the way I'm getting this? And then to hear later, like, no, I'm not, and I'm ashamed of it. And then as a partner, you have to be like, don't feel shame. This is what needs to happen, or this, try to help your partner. And I think it's easy to get frustrated because I do get frustrated, but I try to check myself real quick. And I think when you do have really different communication styles, the best thing that you can do is remember that you're on the same team. If there's any, I'm not saying I'm a guru, okay? I'm not putting that out here. I don't know it all. But what I do know that I'm happy to share with you all is when you can, in any situation, in any relationship or like your partner, just remember like they are not working against you.
Yeah.
So like if you guys can both remember that, then you can come back to a place that feels right.
And it's not even like necessarily like both, because like obviously in a moment you're not going to necessarily remember.
You're not going to think that way right off the bat.
It's been something that is diffused situations between me and you so quickly, because my automatic response is to go on the defense.
You're so defensive with
like
me.
I think everything is against me. Like, what did I do wrong? How did I fuck up? Like that is like how my brain processes shit. So the minute things get heated and then you're like, hey, I'm on your team, like I just am trying to understand. I'm like, okay, wait, hold up, like
swerve.
Okay, like I can actually like take a second. Like you're not trying to make me feel demeaned or like make me feel some type of way.
But it's easy to feel that way in the moment.
Especially with your partner too, because like their tones, the way that they have attitude with certain things too. And it's like sometimes the way you deliver things to me in a conversation, I'm like, yo.
Yikes. I know my delivery needs some work. I'm aware.
And I'm like, okay, well, you said it this way, your body language told me it this way, but your mouth said something else. Like,
I know. I'm working on that too, because it's not just you. Like, you're not crazy. Like, I do need to work on delivery, because what happened was people call me Baby Spice, okay?
Yeah.
I was born with a lot of sass. I was born with a lot of personality, attitude. I just have a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in my delivery, and I'm also very bossy.
Yeah.
For those that don't know. If you've been here 20-something episodes, you know I'm a little bossy. But I think that's something that I'm trying to work on, because naturally my tone and delivery when like saying anything really is a little bossy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm aware.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm unaware of my shit.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Okay.
We all are. We're all working on something, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just think like the minute you say that, it becomes more of a neutral place. So that has been very helpful for me and you in our relationship, to be like, look, even if you're going to have a tough conversation,
mm-hmm.
lead with that. Be like, hey,
yeah,
we're on the same team here, but this is the way it is.
Yeah. And also being more direct, because I think a lot of those times we could put the fire out immediately if you're asking me in the moment, like, wait, before I actually get super pissed off, did you mean it like this? Because if you did, let's fucking tussle.
What did
and if
this
not,
mean? What exactly does all this mean?
Yeah.
Because right now I'm taking it like we about to square up with verbally.
Right.
We're verbally about to square up.
Right.
But if all of this didn't mean that,
it's just my natural born attitude coming through.
Tell me
delivery.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes we got to check ourselves right in the moment, guys, because a lot of this shit can be, the fire
avoided.
could be, yes, it could be avoided.
But that brings me back to like what I was saying about how I'm trying to not be so reactive.
Yeah.
I really dislike that about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
you are very just like on the defense all the time. Like
yeah.
if I'm like, oh, hey, did you switch the toilet paper in the bathroom? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I did. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's just like something out of nothing. Sometimes it's just that natural, like.
Have you been holding that one in?
No, because usually that's me.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Usually I'm the one leaving you hanging with the toilet paper roll.
I was gonna say, in my mind, I swear that is you. That is
it's me.
Okay. So that
Red hands up in the
that
air.
was projection.
I'm terrible at that. You'll be like, Jay, and I'm like, fuck me, I didn't change the toilet paper roll. It's a hard thing to remember, because I'm selfish sometimes. I'm selfless in almost everything I do. No, seriously, I put everyone before myself.
You do.
But there are small things that I don't think about anybody else.
No.
Sometimes I fuck myself because I'm like in the bathroom after myself, and I'm like, damn, Jessica, if you would have just changed the toilet paper roll, everything would have been fine. But instead, I'm dialing Andie. I'm like, can you please bring me a toilet paper roll from the garage?
You know what? And sometimes my petty ass is like, I'm going to make her wait.
And I do.
Wait a little bit.
I wait.
I'm like, you call me up to get that toilet paper, and I'm like,
what took you so fucking long?
You did this to yourself. So.
Marriage, baby.
Marriage.
Yeah. Something that I do love about our marriage, I'm going back to like gender roles, if you will. I'll tell you, in our life, you do most of the things that like somebody's husband would do or something like that. Yeah. But the best part about any of this is like when I go out in public, like I don't have to think about much. Like when we go like to the gas station or something, I'm sitting in the passenger seat. I'm scrolling on my phone. Mm-hmm. You are pumping my gas. You're doing the windshield. You're doing everything. I don't lift a damn finger.
No, you don't.
And it is incredible. It is so nice. And that I don't take for granted. Oh. The little things that I just don't have to think about because you're just like doing all the things. You're paying at the register.
The thing is, though, is like I was taught those things as a kid. So like my dad was an engineer. Mm-hmm. My dad was a fix-it person. And for me, I wasn't the kid that was like super into makeup, was super into Barbies, anything like that, right? So like my interests were always a little bit more mechanical. They were always a little bit more traditionally like male. Right. Or man, if you will. Right? Yeah. Like, oh, a man does that. Or like, no, a female can do that too. Just, you know, anybody can do it. Any fucking human can do it. Doesn't matter what's your genitalia.
Right. Also, I do think that like, if I was alone, if I had to do this stuff alone, I could do it. Like, I know that I'm self-sufficient, but I love not doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
and
seriously, I love it.
I like giving you that feeling of safety as well. Like,
it is so nice.
You're
Data
welcome.
mask, okay? Data mask. I've been seeing the what's that like lesbian social media trend, like the black cat golden retriever situation.
Yeah, and usually it's so funny because usually the way that it's portrayed is the golden retriever is the mask, and the black cat is the femme. And let me tell you,
it's opposite here.
It's opposite here.
Yeah, it's real opposite.
Yeah,
I am the golden retriever. If you couldn't tell,
yeah,
I'm the golden retriever.
Dude, Jess is a golden retriever through and through.
Yeah.
She's like, who's here? Where's the ball? Oh my gosh, where's this? What's that?
Hi.
How are you?
I love you. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, back up.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I don't know what you're thinking. On me. I don't want to know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And if you look at my golden retriever, I'm going to hiss at you.
Right.
Because you think about in the club, right? Most femmes, or like most people who are not masked, they get annoyed when their mask is out fucking laughing, being the center of attention, and like all the girls are surrounding them. That's a golden retriever. Everybody wants to pet a golden retriever, right?
Yeah,
like tail wagging. Oh my god, they're so stoked. They're so happy.
Yeah.
They're so cool. And then there's the black cat across the room, like
hissing across the room. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And that's me. It's
me
just people watching.
For me. Yeah.
You know, it's me just looking and observing. Who am I gonna fuck up tonight?
And I'm like, who wants to be friends? Who wants to be friends?
Do you like balls?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No balls here.
No one's gonna say yes to that. Yeah. No one's gonna come running up to you with that opener line.
No, but but yeah, you are definitely the golden retriever, and I am the black cat.
You get do you feel sometimes that I do take the spotlight or like the room up? Like, do you get...
Baby, that's all you.
Okay.
Have it.
Right.
You want 2 lights on? You want 4? I will light you up.
Okay.
And I'm going to be over here.
You're fine over there. Like, you're not sitting there, like, questioning everything. You're just chill. You're like, the more you don't look at me, the better.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And then I actually have the adverse effect when I walk into a room. Everybody turns their head and is like, what are you? Who are you?
Yeah. You confuse people. And
I do.
I think it's a good thing. You're still trying to navigate.
Well, it depends on what room I walk into.
That's very true. The crowds will be telling.
If I walk into, you know, well, we don't have to break it down. I'm sure you guys can get it, but it just depends on what room I walk into. It can either be a positive or a negative experience.
Yeah,
I think that's typically why I am a little bit more reserved too, because it's like constantly having to explain who you are, yourself, your existence. My brain is like, how do I get in and out of here as quickly as I can? You know, like there's just certain situations where I'm like, I don't want to have to break this down for you.
Yeah. And you shouldn't have to.
No, I just want to fucking exist.
And I think as a partner, I can speak on some of those like situations where you are having a hard time because you're like, Jay, I feel like people are like staring at me, or I feel I don't want to go in this woman's bathroom in this specific area because I know that I'm going to get looks. The bathroom situation is a really hard thing because let me tell you, as a partner, I have went in the bathroom with you and heads fucking 360 turn, almost break off people's bodies the way that they stare at you is like, of course it's going to make anybody feel like, should I not be here?
Yeah.
Like, how fucked up of a feeling is that you don't even feel safe in a woman's bathroom? Like, to me, it's like, who fucking cares? Get on with your... Did you pee? Good. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, move on with yourself.
It's honestly one of the most exhausting situations, and I think I've had a lot of... like, I literally don't go to the bathroom in public.
No, I know.
I avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, okay, I have this much time left to get back home.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just like, it's not worth it. The amount of people who find it their business to make me feel uncomfortable, like, I'm really just trying to go piss.
Yeah.
Really just got to go pee real bad. And I saw you not watch your fucking hands, Karen.
Yeah.
So
because
go
you were
focus
so
on your hands.
distracted.
Exactly.
And I think from like my point of view, I'm always like, fuck them, babe. Who cares? Like, first of all, you're never going to see these people again. Second of all, let them create their own narrative in your head and you just keep doing you. So it's easy from an outsider
For sure.
to tell you, like, don't let these people bother you, or own it and be confident and yada, yada, yada. Like, and I've done that multiple times trying to tell you those things.
But I don't ever let anybody see that I'm ruffled by them. I'll do that shit in private.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying is like, it's easy for me to sit here and tell you, like, don't let that bother you. But I can't imagine being in your position and people like looking at me when we walk in and then they have to double check the door to make sure they're in the right bathroom.
That's my favorite one.
We're washing our hands and somebody walks in and sees Andie and then they're like, oh,
they turn around and then look for the sign and I'm like, there's a toilet here. You're in the right place.
You're in the right place. Don't let me get to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, like, oh God, I lose count how many times that part happens. But it's like, just move on with yourself.
It is. And my least favorite place is the airport bathroom.
Because there's so many people.
So many people. And there's so many, like, it's just, that's where it happens the most. To where, like, I remember one time too, I was so close because this lady was just staring at me like this.
Wow.
I have the most petty responses in my head, but then I'm just like, just fucking don't cause a scene, because then
I wish you did.
Fucking right wingers are gonna be like, trans person, da, 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 bathroom, blah, blah, you know, like,
I get that part.
It's just like, to always have to feel like you can't do something wrong because you don't want to be a negative,
like a burden, or like,
no, you don't want to make the community look bad. You don't want to be another reason for people to fucking hate the community.
Yeah.
And that goes through my head a lot.
Yeah.
Of being like, okay, how are you going to represent yourself? Because it's not just you're representing a community of people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fucking exhausting.
Oh, I would imagine it would be.
So,
yeah, it's easy for me to be like, fuck them. And also it's easy for me to be like, what are you fucking looking at? Look that way.
You know, this is a good thing. Go to the bathroom with your friends.
Yeah.
who are mass presenting, who are trans, who are, you know, anything like that. Just go to the bathroom with them. I promise you. And if you don't make it a big deal too, just like, oh yeah, I gotta go too.
Yeah.
That, when you go to the bathroom with me,
you feel
it gives
safe.
me
at
least, I got one person on my side if some shit goes down. At least one and I know you're crazy.
I'm crazy.
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? So I feel a little bit better, right? Rather than it just being like, oh fuck, I gotta go to the bathroom.
My favorite is when you posted the meme the other day and you were like, my guard femme, or something like that, and this girl was flying over the table at somebody else, and that is literally me.
You.
I will die on this hill, like, making you feel comfortable and somebody else feeling uncomfortable for making you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I appreciate you for that.
Not gonna fly.
I'll
fly. I will fucking fly, okay? Like, I am so protective of the people that I love.
Thank you,
Which
baby.
is, I always got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, go if you don't feel safe, go to the bathroom with a buddy.
Friend.
Yeah.
Buddy system.
Buddy system. Exactly. And also remember that you should not be the one to be made to feel uncomfortable. You're going to the bathroom where you feel safe, or maybe not, but it's the best option. So don't let somebody else push you out.
Yeah.
Or make you feel like you don't belong.
This is why gender neutral bathrooms should just be everywhere. Just make a gender neutral bathroom.
How hard? How hard is it?
And for all y'all saying that there's gonna be fucking creepers in there, like, the percentage is like this big, but they make it seem like it's this huge.
Yeah, it's like all they focus on.
Thing. Yeah. It's like, I promise you, most trans people, most mass presenting people just want to go piss. We just need to, like, go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. That's it. I think just showing up for people in the community and showing up for people that, like, you know, might feel uncomfortable. Like, if you're aware of those things, like, just be there for somebody. It's a kind thing to do.
Yeah. I guess it goes towards, like, allyship too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even if you are a heterosexual, like, if you are an ally to the community and you see somebody who's, like, uncomfortable in a situation, like, you don't have to say shit to them. Just be just be there for them. You know, go in the bathroom as well. Like, and just
don't even make it a big deal. Just be like, I'll go with you. Like, let's go together or whatever. And I'm not saying every mask presenting human or transhuman or whoever is uncomfortable going to the bathroom, but it might be a scenario.
Yeah, it's not me every day.
To take into what?
Account.
Yeah, to take into account. So be there for your friends. Be an amazing ally to the community. And
be a good human.
Be a good human.
Just be kind. I don't get why it's so hard for people to just like...
Lead with love. That's what we're ending with. Lead with love, everybody. If you do that, everything else is going to fall into place the way it should.
Okay. Speaking of leading with love, are you ready to get demolished?
That has nothing... Oh my God.
Okay. Are you ready for...
No. Actually, I'm going to change my attitude today. I'm fucking ready. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. That sucked so bad. That high five was so that one.
Give me that hand.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Can you
come to me?
No, because like... because look what's happening here.
Okay.
Jesus.
Jessica, are you ready for...
Yes, I'm so ready. I can't wait to get into this.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yes, I am.
All right. I'm going to let you choose.
Wait, choose a question?
Yeah, well, I'm going to let you choose your topic. You ready?
Okay. Yep, I'm so ready.
The first topic is Animal Kingdom.
I'm sorry, what is that even? Like Lion King, what are we talking about? Animal Kingdom.
It's about nature. It's about...
Okay, all right.
Okay. Or your second question is geography based.
Absolutely not. Animal Kingdom it is. Oh, man.
Okay. All right. What species can live on both water and land?
To me, it would be so helpful if this was multiple choice of all the different species, because I feel like
I'll give you a couple. It's not multiple choice, but I'll give you a couple.
Amphibian, mammals. I don't know a lot of other
reptiles.
Ones. Okay.
So what out of those?
Amphibians.
Nice.
Whoa. Okay. So let me tell you something. I knew that was the answer in my head, but I was like, if there are more options, it might be one of those.
Can you give me an example of an amphibian? Taking it too far.
Yeah, we should cut here.
No, you can do it. You can do it. What's an amphibian? You got it.
Amphibian.
What can be in water?
A turtle?
That's a reptile.
Okay, fuck.
It's okay.
Okay. Seal.
That's a mammal.
A penguin. Fuck me.
We'll cut it. Cut.
Okay.
What do princesses kiss?
Frogs.
That's an amphibian.
I would think that would be a reptile also.
Amphibian.
Right. Whatever. I got it right.
Here we are.
Why
again.
do you ask me secondary questions?
Why do you answer the secondary question?
What I could do is cut all of this and just end correct, but I won't.
You did it.
Because that's not real life, okay? And we share good moments and we share bad moments. And we did both.
This is what happens when you show up and you're real.
Yeah, this is real life. I knew the broad umbrella, but I didn't know what was under the umbrella.
I feel like that's most people in the community.
Yeah, people are like, queer. Ding, ding, ding. What else is there?
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
That's typically the response.
Yeah. That's okay.
All right. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to know what the other question was?
I think it was... No.
Okay.
I think it was my good attitude.
Yeah.
You know how usually you're like, are you ready for this? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah, you already doubt yourself.
I'm already like, this is going to be so bad for me.
You're like the kid who fills in the answer and then erases it and goes and puts C for every single answer.
C is always safe. Let me tell you. How do you know that about me? We have never talked about that. I'm a C girly till the day I die. C, 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 C. What'd you put? C. Like, C is always safe.
When did that happen? I feel like there was a universal thing of like when we all were in school that you were told if you didn't know the answer to a multiple choice, always pick C. When did that who put that in our brains?
It was probably a rumor. It was probably like something.
It was a rumor, just like that rumor of like Marilyn Manson who cut or took out a rib to give himself fellatio. Do you remember that rumor when we were in fucking middle school?
This is where you lose me.
Okay.
Like,
do you not remember that? Like, how did everybody know about that rumor? But we didn't have social media. We didn't have anything. You didn't know about that?
I've never heard that rumor.
Okay. The rumor was that Marilyn Manson took out a rib so he can give himself head.
Talented man. Very thinking outside the box.
But I feel like
good for you.
Of course. I don't think it's real. I don't think that's real. I would hope it's not real.
Major dedication. And also fucking disgusting. Okay. Period. That is so wild, Andie. Like, we were talking about something so safe and you went left. Well,
because
left.
I was like, I feel like it's one of those rumors that just like somehow we all knew about it.
I don't know. It's just
thank you guys so much for joining us today. This was probably the most random episode that we have ever done. Yeah. But somehow it made sense.
Well, let us know if it worked. Did this work? We're a little out of practice, okay?
Well, thank you guys so much for coming. If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe, send it to a friend.
Also, can you actually subscribe? Because it will help. I know it does nothing for you probably, but it does a lot for us. So just click
if you
that
want
button.
More content, you gotta support in some way.
Yeah, and it will help. So go on the channel.
A nice little like, a nice little comment on the YouTubes. Do what you gotta do.
If you don't watch the YouTubes and you just listen through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, you should go watch an episode. You should watch an episode on YouTube. I'm just gonna like go watch an episode because we are good looking people. We are.
Yes,
there's a lot that comes out. You see a lot of facial expressions that you don't hear from me. I'm sure you do hear this attitude like through your speakers. Yeah, I'm sure you do. But seeing it in action is
a totally
different.
Trust me, you'll get the delivery situation of how she delivers things. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Follow us at The Queer Social, 2 Babes, 1 Barn, and have a great day.
Have a great day.
Bye, guys.